Hello and welcome to Education 5103 Educational Research. My name is Dr. Alicia Baker and I will be your instructor for this course. This is an introductory video to the course for this semester. I will go ahead and just kind of show you everything, talk to you about how the course is set up and give you some explanations on a few things. If you have questions, please feel free to email me and I can answer those that way. There's also another way that you can ask questions, and I'll show you that in just a minute. So this is going to be a fully online course, and it will be conducted via Blackboard. So everything we do will be on Blackboard. It will be asynchronous, which means that we are not ever having to meet at the same time, either online or face-to-face. So this work can be done on your time as long as it's done by the due date. So let's go ahead and get in here. This is the announcements tab, and it will be where I post anything, any changes, updates, reminders, those types of things. So when I put something on here, it will be sent to your email that you have connected with the Blackboard, which is probably your NSU email. So it's very important that you check your email very frequently, probably several times a week, probably 4 to 5 at least times a week, just to make sure that you get all the information that you need for this course. I do try to stay in contact with you, so just know that you can stay in contact with me as well. If you go to Start Here, this is just some information about me. It does have my office phone, my office, and my email. This is also on the syllabus for you, and I'll go over those when we get to the syllabus part. It also has my office hours. Needed technology, so working in Blackboard, this is the information that you need. If you have questions or need help with Blackboard, this is where you would go to contact those and what you need to send. Student resources, this is an important tab. If you go in here, it will show you tutor.com, which is a free online tutoring system that we have for our students. You can contact them 24/7 and they can help you. A lot of my students for this course use this for writing purposes. So if you need help with APA style, which is what we use, or just how to write a little more technically, then you can send them your paper and they can help you correct some things that need to be corrected, give you some feedback. We also do have the Writing Center for NSU students, so that's another option that you have that you can use, and you can do that all through online services, or you can go and meet them face-to-face and work with them. If you do use the NSU Writing Center, you do need to make an appointment with them, and you can find all that information on NSU's website. So this is going to look a little bit different than the way yours is set up because I am in the instructor's view. You will have a different view, but you will have the basic components here. Let's go ahead and go into the syllabus. So here's a document for the syllabus, but if you look down here, I've given you the tentative schedule for everything that's going to be due. So I did copy and paste it just for ease of use. I also gave you the 16-week class calendar just with some important dates from the university, like dates that to withdraw, things like that. So make sure you pay attention to that. I also put them inside this, quite a few of them, but not all of them, just the really important ones. So that's just for quick access. If you look into the syllabus, we're going to go through that. Okay, so this is my information. Here's my email, my office phone number. My office is in the Education building on the Broken Arrow campus. I'm on the first floor, 160. My office hours are going to be online Monday and Wednesday from 9 to 11 a.m. or by appointment. So if you want to get together with me sometime online later on in the day or in the evening, please just email me and let me know a good time for you, and we can talk or email that time. And then I will be in my office on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 12:30 to 2:30. Or again, if you need to meet with me at a different time face-to-face, we can do that. This is a completely online course, like I said before. It's going to be conducted through Blackboard. You have to be in graduate school, college, to be in this course. The course is a place of research and serious studies, some of the common techniques of research, presentation of the results of research, and the use of research and critical thinking. So that's the description for this course. And you can look at the conceptual framework, the course purpose and goals. I'll let you read those yourself. And the learning objectives. So by the end of the semester, you will become acquainted with the background information necessary for reading and carrying out research projects. In education, we are often reading scholarly research, and there's often tests in there that they conducted, description or names of tests. And so this kind of gives you an idea of what those tests are, what they mean. It gives you a little bit of information about how to interpret the results. So just when you're reading those research papers, you can actually understand the results section. Understand the role of related literature in research and techniques for conducting a literature search. This will be a major part of your proposal that you will be creating throughout the semester. So a big chunk of the proposal will be your literature research, and you'll spend quite a bit of time in the first several weeks conducting that literature review. At the end, you will have an acceptable research proposal that will be submitted. Every assignment that we have for this course is part of that research proposal. So we will write each section kind of together along the way. By the end, you will just put it all together, and you will have a completed proposal. We will talk about some commonly used statistics and statistical measurements. You'll understand basic experimental design and learn the nature and characteristics of qualitative research, including ethnography, case studies, and content analysis. So we do cover both quantitative and qualitative research, but a majority of our time is on quantitative. You get to choose with your proposal which type of study you are going to be conducting based on your research questions. So don't think about that right now. Once you get your topic and your research questions, those will guide you and let you know what type of research you are going to be conducting. So throughout this course, we're going to do some discussions. You'll read your textbook. I will give some lectures, or you will also hear my colleague, Dr. Farrell, give some lectures. So if you hear him, just know that it's the same content that we are going over. You will have quizzes every other module, and then you will have a writing project. The material that you will be using, it is required, is Introduction to Research and Education, the 9th edition. So you do need to have that textbook. Also, the APA 6th edition manual, you will need to have that as well. I'm very strict about APA style. Within this course, it is important when conducting research that you use the APA. There are some videos within the modules that will talk to you more about APA and how to use it. So go ahead and get that book as well. The grading scale, 93 to 100 is an A. You can see it goes down from there. F is below a 70, so if you get 70% or below, or 69% or below, it will be an F. This talks about assignment or what an A paper looks like, what a B paper looks like, and what a C paper looks like. It's really important that you complete the modules as you go. We'll talk about the late work policy in just a minute, but all assignments within a module are due by 11:59 p.m. at the end of the module dates. So these modules are going to run from Monday to Sunday. So most of your assignments are going to be due by Sunday at 11:59 p.m. I suggest you not wait until the very last minute to try to upload an assignment because things can go wrong, and they have gone wrong with many students. So please try to get it before then. If you just absolutely can't, then it's due by 11:59 p.m. But again, my suggestion is that you not wait till the very last minute to submit. One of the reasons is because of my late work policy. I do have high expectations on late work. It's not accepted except for in cases of extreme circumstances. If something extreme happens, let me know and we can work on it. But I need you to try, if at all possible, to let me know before the assignment is due. So if some family member is sick, don't wait until after the assignment is due. Try to contact me before then and let me know of the situation. I'll give you an extension and we can go from there. But if you wait until after the assignment is due, then it's going to be a 0 for that assignment, unless say something serious is happening and you just haven't had an opportunity. You could not possibly email me because of a situation that happened. Then I will take those by case. Even if I do grant you an extension on an assignment, you will lose 10% of the final grade. So just know that if it is late, it will be deducted no matter what, no matter if I give you an extension or not. This one right here with the asterisk is very important. If I do grant you an extension to extreme circumstances prior to the due date, I also want you to make sure that you remind me of this in the add comment section, because there are some instances that I have multiple students asking me for extensions and I've granted them. And it's just easier for me if you remind me of the situation in the add comments. All I want is that you let me know how we corresponded. So if we did by email or phone, the date we talked, or you emailed me, that I granted you an extension until whatever the date was, and then the reason. So if you look down here, there's an example. So in the add comments, when you do submit your paper, I want you to say something along these lines. Email on 3/26/18, granting an extension until 3/28/18 due to a death in my family. So that it's a real quick one sentence. You can get all the information in there. Just remind me of that, and I'll be sure to grade it accordingly. I do run everything through SafeAssign, which is a plagiarism checker. So your first draft of your lit review will probably have a low percentage. So, and that's what we're looking for. Your second time that you submit your literature review or your final will have very high percentage because you've already submitted that first literature review. So it does look for papers that have been submitted through Blackboard, and it will see that your first draft, and it will see that the words are the same in your second draft or your final draft. So just know that I do look into the report when it's a high percentage, and I can see, oh yes, this came from their first draft. It's not plagiarism from someone else. It's just them going back to their first draft and using that information. This is an incomplete if there comes a point when you feel like you may not be able to complete the course. You have to have at least 3/4 of the coursework completed already, but you can read that if it comes down towards the end of the course and you don't feel like you can finish it. This section is information on that. Here's a university's diversity statement. Please read that. Academic policies, you can go to this link right here and it will give you information on all of these. And then here's our tentative class calendar with assignment due dates. All work, every single assignment that I give you is due by 11:59 on the due date. So most of them are Sunday evening of the week, except for your original posts in the discussion boards. So you will have a few discussion boards. Your original posts are due Wednesday of the week. And then your follow-up posts are due by Sunday. And I do that because I want to make sure that everyone has an opportunity to read each other's original posts, have time to develop a response, and write a response. So I give you some time to do that. And so the conversation can be thoughtful. So here's the first week. I do have weeks, and then here are the modules. So for this week, you are going to do Module 1, which covers chapters 1, 2, and 3, which means you will be reading those chapters. And then there's a discussion board. The initial post is due by the 22nd. Responses are due by the 26th. I know that seems pretty quick, but this first discussion board doesn't require a lot of reading and development. So we'll go through that in just a little bit. Module 2 will be beginning on next Monday. It'll run through Sunday. And you'll read chapters 4 and 20. If you notice, most of these do not go in order of the textbook. So don't just start reading from front to back. I skip around based on what the topic is for the week that I'm covering. You will do some article reviews, which are due by September 2nd, which is that Sunday. And then you do have a quiz due by September 2nd as well. With the quizzes, I always give, it is timed. Some of them are 20 minutes, some of them are 30, depending on the amount that is there, but amount of chapters that it covers. There's 10 questions, and you get 2 opportunities to complete the quiz. I will take the grade of the highest quiz that you have. So those will be in the modules where they fall. So this quiz, you can find it in Module 2. There are some assignments coming up, like the purpose of the study or research questions. I will create additional videos to go over those and discuss those more in depth as the weeks progress. I don't want to do them right now because I don't want to overwhelm you with everything. So I just want to kind of get us started here today. And then as we go through, be looking for additional videos from me. If you have questions on the syllabus, please email me and ask me, or you can also ask questions in the discussion board. You see the Cyber Q&A Cafe. These are questions that would benefit the entire class. So if you do have questions about the syllabus that might benefit the whole class, or if there's just a general question you have, please post it here. I will answer here. If you know the answer to a student's questions that's posted, please feel free to answer that student. I don't have to answer all the questions. It'd be great if you let them know. If you notice, I did just hit the subscribe button. So things that go here should be emailed to me sometimes. This is a little bit iffy. Sometimes I get them and sometimes I don't. It's really strange. But if your question is not answered within 24 hours, either email me directly or just maybe repost it and let me know, and I'll try to get you that answer as quickly as possible. So if you all want to subscribe so you see what's going on this forum, then you can subscribe to this as well. So let's go ahead and look at the modules. You can see that they're set up, and there's the topic as well as the dates for the week. This is a discussion board rubric. You can look at that and see how I'm going to grade your discussion boards, and etiquette, just how you should behave on the internet when posting. So you can see there's goals of the module in each of these, and it tells you what's going to be assigned. Introduction to the course, that's where this will be. So you can look and see there are videos. There's more discussion about the Q&A Cafe. This one you won't see, sorry, it's hidden. And then it kind of gets into scientific inquiry, starts talking about chapter 1, research approaches. So make sure that you watch these videos. I know they're kind of long, but they give a lot of good information that you will need. And then we're talking about the research problem. This is some information that you will need to look at when you are trying to create your problem statement. Let's go ahead and look at module 2. And again, yours will probably look a lot different than this because I'm in the administrator or instructor view, and you all will have the student view, but you still have the same components. Down here, this is the quiz. So it tells you everything you need to know about the quiz. You'll click in it and you will go. But remember, it is timed. So that's how the modules work. Let's go into here. This is an important place. It does give some important documents that you can look at. When you create your annotated bibliography, that's going to be an assignment that's due. That's there. A literature review, 2 proposals. So if you want to go in here and look at these things, that's what that is, a lot of examples. There is a literature review that I did for my dissertation in here. I do not expect yours to be that long or that involved. Mine was for a dissertation, yours is not. So what I included that for is for the level headings. I wanted you to see how to use level headings in your paper, and we'll talk more about those in future videos, but that's all that is. My expectation is not that your lit review looks like that or has as many references or, things like that. It's just for the level heading to show you how that is and kind of show you how to organize a literature review. Here, the rubrics are also included, so you will have an annotated bibliography that's coming due pretty quickly, research question rubric, first draft rubric, second draft rubric, and then also these will be used a little bit later, your quantitative and qualitative outlines. These will be basically your templates that you use for your prospectus, and prospectus and proposal are kind of used throughout here. Prospectus is kind of a smaller version of a proposal, not as in-depth. So when you hear those two words, understand the difference. And then your final, and then you will be creating an outline, and here's a rubric for that. So it is really good for when you create after reading about the assignments and you are working on your assignments, that you look at the rubric, because I do use those to grade everything. So if you look at the highest points possible on the rubric and you see what my expectations are, make sure you follow those. Discussions, this is where all your discussion boards will take place. You can see topic 1, which is due this week. It's just going to be brainstorming about your topic. So your initial post lists 5 potential topics you would like to research. This is just a brainstorming opportunity for you. You are not stuck with whatever your peers come back and say, I like this one or I like that one, but it's just to get you thinking about that. Your topic may change a little bit. It's probably still going to be the broad topic, but it will probably get narrower as we go through this. Just know that that's pretty common. And but just what are some things that you are interested in and look further into. And in this course, we have students from all different programs. So all of these topics are going to look a lot different from each other. So if yours looks completely different than other people's, that's fine. And then when you make responses to your peers about their topics, try to give them some good feedback. Don't just say, oh, I like that, your second topic, that's great. Maybe, talk to them about, oh, well, that might be difficult to study because of this situation, or I think that's good, but there's already a lot of research out there on this specific topic. Maybe you can look at it in a different way. So really consider what you post back to them and help them to narrow down what topic they want to research. Also, you will not be conducting this actual research. We are just writing a proposal, what you would be doing. So do not feel like you are limited by being able to actually conduct this research, because you will not be doing that. If we were to do that, we'd have to go through the IRB process, and we are not going to do that. So just know that this is kind of an ideal situation. What would you like to do if you were able to do it? Second one is just a literature review. This is going to be after you've turned in your first draft of your literature review. Later on, we'll do limitations. This is going to be a section of your proposal, a methodology will be a section of your proposal, and then we'll do the presentation. So those are the only discussion boards that you have. Upload assignments. Here is where you will upload everything that is due. Please make sure that you create your assignment on like a Word doc or something like that, and upload the Word document. Do not use this text submission. Do not write it in here. A couple of reasons. First of all, it's easily lost. So if you're doing a lot of assignments and you don't save it or something happens, it's gone. Another thing is that when I'm grading it, I cannot use the editing or feedback tools that we have in Blackboard on the text submission, but I can use those on the uploaded documents. So for me to be able to give you good feedback, I need to be able to use those tools. So you will hit browse my computer, and then you will upload your document from there. And then right here, it tells you that I will be using SafeAssign. This add comments section, this is where you would put if I gave you an extension, and those notes appear when I open it up to grade it. So this is where you will, and I put the rubric on the research questions here, and I included that, but you can always find the rubrics in that important examples, important documents tab. Additionally, here's a library research page. These are our librarians. If you're on the Tahlequah campus, you will be with Carl Seward. If you are, Broken Arrow campus is Carl Seward. Sarah Burkhead-Whittle is in Tahlequah. So they're here to help. They love to help. They're wonderful. They've always been wonderful with all of my students. I will give you a video on how to search for peer-reviewed articles. In my next video, I want to keep this a little bit shorter just so I don't overwhelm you again. But here's some information about all this too. So you can look here. And so that goes through all of these tabs. One more important tab that I wanted to show you is in Course Tools. If you go down, you look at the course calendar. This will show you the due dates and kind of keep you on track for everything of when things are due. So you can see here, this is all my classes. So for example, for this class, it says on August 26th that your discussion board 1 topic brainstorm is due. Remember, on discussion boards, your initial post is due by Wednesday at 11:59 p.m. Your follow-up responses are due by Sunday at 11:59 p.m. The only date that I could put in here, they only give me one option, so I put the end date on there. So, but just know that your original post is going to be due the Wednesday before the due date. Okay, and that's all that information that you should need to go ahead and get started for this week. I will continue to make these videos and send them out to you. Of course, I'm always available for you to contact via email. Let me know your needs, your questions, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. I look forward to working with you this semester.